There we go. Here, you talk a little bit.
Hello. Hello.
Um,
Doing it on my end, so I think we're doing all right.
yeah, but is your voice picking up, friendo?
Let me see. Yes.
Okay, cool. I guess we're good. I will take this to the stream. Let's see. Let me get to my damn channel. I would like to run this by everyone else who possibly shows up for this stream. This is going to be one of those videos. It probably could arguably be on the main channel, but I'm a little trigger shy still. I'm gonna click. All right, yeah, cool. Shut up, stupid. But fire this up. Twitter. Come on. Oh, is Twitter gonna finally? Yeah, I was gonna say, are the links still working? Paste. Likes are now private. Private. I don't remember doing that. So we're talking about allegations. Dude, maybe Tom will rip me off again. And I invite him to, because this is actually something I wouldn't mind fucking finding out more about, because obviously this is going to be surface level. So for you guys, yeah, is it even, let's take a look. I'm going to refresh this. Oh, 3 people. So there's at least one other schmuck coming along for the ride. Good, good. All right. I'm going to set this back to about the 2-minute mark. If Jim Cornette gets salty that I took any of his footage, he can ask for like 10, 20 bucks. I don't. This is him borrowing from Kenny Omega's stream, and I'm now borrowing from his. And I'm gonna hit play right here. I'm definitely asking around because I know a little bit about Kenny Omega, and I know next to nothing about this gentleman called Rossy Ogawa. But I'm hitting play. Let's go. You know what? We'll go back a little bit further. About 140. Oh, wait. About 120. Yeah, no, I am well aware this is a pro wrestler like talking about something coming out, but from what I've heard myself, and I've shared this with a second person, what do you want to be called by today?
Burr.
Just Burr. Now it sounded serious, did it not, Burr?
Yes, it
Okay.
did. As soon as I heard it, I was like, it does not feel like a bit or a work or whatever. It feels
Yes.
entirely.
So yeah, if you're in the stream looking to make fun of good old Anthony Aguilar and new friends, if we completely tank this today, you might come across something here, but I'm gonna keep playing. Now, I want to point this out here. This is back from April 24th, 2024. I haven't heard anything about it. It's something that's stuck in the back of my mind. I ran it by, like, Burr over her. And, I I guess I'd like to hear more. The gentleman in question, Rossy Ogawa, supposedly is a Japanese businessman who runs a women's wrestling league? Question mark. We'll get there. Let's skip ahead 5-second increments. Yeah. Yeah. Did you know that? Did you know that in Japanese and American wrestling there are women? We're just learning this now. Yeah, thank you, Brian. Last. Yeah. Yes. My God, this is why you guys make the big bucks. But anyways. Now, to be fair, there are plenty of reasons to hate fucking goddamn promoters. I've heard about Jim Cornette getting allegations. I don't know how true they are. We've definitely heard about Vince McMahon getting allegations. But we hopefully won't have to talk about that today, yeah. Which never happened, by the by, but I did find a second video, which we're going to be coming along for. I haven't, what's it called? It's from Soul Monster Sound Off. I've never even fucking heard of this channel. Hopefully, we continue to put, talk over it, because I'd hate to just pinch the guy's fucking video like a douchebag. I'm gonna try and make it transformative. I don't want to be that guy. Jesus Christ! I didn't come back just to fucking spam channel this shit. No, I want to, if anybody out there, and that'll be my next step after if I ever come back for another stream, is to see how much fucking shit does Kenny Omega just say in his fucking stream randomly. Does he like, hey, by the way, so-and-so's a diddler, and then goes back to playing the game and never mentions it again. Yeah. Oh, I did ask. You told me that you were able to... No, I meant, like, were you able to hear yourself in the stream? Here, I'll fucking pop in just to see. Here, keep talking. Yeah, no, I'm not hearing you. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look. At least people are at least semi-interested. Let's see, properties. Let's see. Talk a little.
Let's see.
Yep, you're good. You're fucking solid.
Oh.
Alright, we got him, ladies
Great.
and gentlemen.
Alright, hello everybody.
Also, DCP, it's been a fucking hot minute. You are my favorite cannibal.
Oh.
No, I think it's not serious.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, I can't say that. Peter might still be around somewhere.
I was gonna say, it's your favorite cannibal?
Yeah, you're right. Aeon of Dreams. Gotta back that up. Good God. Anyways, moving back along, that's gonna confuse the piss out of people. Next.
Right, that's what it was.
That's
what it was.
And then she came to the States and she became a big star here, but something made her do that. But let's go back to Kenny Omega with Michael Nakazawa. I don't know if he's in his bathrobe or what's going on here, but let's go back to this.
Nodding along.
If you want to know sort of along what lines we tread amongst, the dude just flat out said, hey, we're looking for girls from like ages 13 to 21 that don't have a boyfriend or aren't married.
There it is.
We already know that he puts underage girls in very revealing swimsuit calendars. And
Now, I have to ask this for all the weeaboos in the audience. How acceptable is it for non-2D depictions of 13-year-olds posing in swimsuit catalogs in Japan?
Mostly because this is the thing. This is the kind of thing we don't want to look up.
I have no fucking idea. I've no. I'm gonna tap not it right now to look up fucking, like, is that okay? Is that just a cultural A-OK thing to do? I if it weren't Japan, I'll be that dick. If it weren't Japan, I think I'd feel a lot more comfortable with someone saying, well, not everything has to be sexualized. But because it is Japan, yeah, I know. Hitting play. Yeah, hitting play.
Sucks. And I wish that's all he did.
Oh!
All right, let's stop it there.
No, I want to defend Kenny here, not because I'm a fan, but I understand what he meant by I wish that's all he did by when he made the remark, I wish he only sexualized 13-year-olds. That if I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, what he can't say is 100 times worse, so I wish it stopped there is what I think he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Which, holy God, do I really want that? Kenny, do you got a Patreon or something? Like, inquiring minds, like, how much do I got to pay to hear this whole fucking story? It's not like I'm going to turn on OBS suddenly. Ah, come on.
The hand's gonna slip.
Yeah, no, yeah. Whoops. Well, it's recording now. It'd be rude to turn it off in mid-conversation. Hitting play.
For a moment, there's more audio to play, but wow.
And bear in mind, we have to point out the conflict of interest of a guy that had a match with a 9-year-old girl in front of people.
Now, here's the whole rub on that. I am not a fan of Kenny Omega fucking wrestling blow-up dolls or super kicking little girls. And I understand that that's a work. I think it's tacky, and I think it makes the sport look dumb. Yes, I'm a Jim Cornette fucking flunky. Feel free to make fun of me. But on the other hand, if Kenny wants to out some pedophiles, hey, look, my opinions can improve. There's I don't want to say there's no wrong way to out a pedophile. Hi, Archer, how are you doing? But that's not calling him one. That's saying that he's, we could back up the fucking truck when I came across a fucking video where I used to point out the fact that he used to keep chats where fucking underage people and fucking predators in the same goddamn room.
Yeah, we said this before. Is that
yeah? We'll continuing on.
You can keep one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other. But let's get back to this.
Saying these things, but at least that was a wrestling match.
Maybe they were.
Even that was only an offense to the fucking business rather than.
Yeah, maybe some of the girls that Kenny was working with over there confided with him on this stuff. And again, he ran the...
No, isn't that a redemption arc? Have you ever heard of one? Just get done looking down your nose at somebody wrestling with little girls, but then the same little girls admit that, hey, by the way, the promoter's molesting me. Like... and again, I know when you pointed out, why did fucking Kenny of all places fucking decide to mention this in stream? I think it was just, look, I'm in mid-stream. I don't know how long Kenny fucking streams for, but if this is one of those 5 to 6 hour streams and somebody went mining, and they went digging for gold and they found this fucking nugget, this big, disgusting, horrible nugget of horrible atrocity and went, oh, this is gonna get plastered all over Kenny. Maybe he didn't want it to get necessarily fought. Maybe not. I don't know. I'll have to go digging further.
Women's division, and he brought a lot of his friends over.
I mean, again, this whole thing is just kind of surface level.
Oh yeah, no. You know what? What the hell? Let's see. Let's see. Kenny Omega podcast. I want to see how goddamn long these things are, because I might have my work cut out for me. Swerve City podcast. Is that it? No, featuring Kenny Omega. Maybe it's on Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't find VODs on YouTube.
About Kenny Omega and wrestling and gaming. I'm thinking this is it. Let's see. Oh, couldn't be. Well, no, I stand corrected. This could be it. If this is Kenny's stream, these are some low numbers. Fuck.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is that like this is coming out of something that's kind of low number that's running low.
Oh, I was just about to get my hopes up and going, I bet I could bribe Kenny, but then again, I'd have to compete with Tony Khan money. You know what? You'd never know. You never fucking know until you try. How much do you think it'd be to find this out? I'm 200? 300? I kind of.
$12 in a sandwich.
Yeah, I'm sure he's making some crazy 5-6 figure contract or something like that. If he really wants to get this off his fucking chest, hey, look, I'd like to know. Especially if you got anything on anybody's stateside that you want to throw into the bus while you're at it. On a completely unrelated note, fuck, why not?
The line's open.
Indeed. My God. Here, let's go back to it.
He does seem to be someone that would elicit girl talk from troubled people.
He just said that Rossy Ogawa is looking for young, unattached women, and he puts underage girls in swimsuit calendars, and that's not even the tip of the iceberg.
And what was it? I wish that's all he did?
Yeah. Well, hold on. We have more. Let's go to more.
Please, I'm
But wait, there's more! Anyways.
now there, fisherman.
This is the biggest babyface turn of all time. Kenny Omega as a video game streamer. Let's go to this. He's outing. Well, I shouldn't say anything. Let's go to this.
No, I think that's exactly what it sounds like.
From someone who lived it, breathed it, who has very close friends in the industry.
For anyone listening, Kenny Omega is playing Street Fighter in the background.
I don't mean necessarily wrestling industry. I mean the industry. I mean like the government issued press and the information that they know. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I would say don't be so quick to listen to praise for that individual, because someday, not sure when it'll be, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, people will know the truth. And what they do with that truth, I don't know. Will they share it? But a lot of the higher-ups in Japan, they know exactly what kind of business he's up to.
Now, I'd like to remind the audience here who knows about slander laws in the United States. In Japan, truth is not as far as I understand it, it's not a defense against slander. However, Kenny here didn't name drop anybody outside of Ogawa. Ogawa might still be able to sue his nuts off in Japan, which is a simple answer. Probably not going back, because I can't imagine they'll extradite him for this shit. Continuing.
And what he's been up to for decades. All I gotta say.
I was about to say, how long have little girls wrestling been a thing in Japan?
It's a cultural staple.
Jeez, what he's been up to for decades. The higher-ups have always known about it. What is going on? And after hearing this, how could anyone root for the guy? Jesus.
Well, I mean, there's going to be people out there say, "Oh, I've never believed a word that comes out of Kenny's mouth until now."
They're skipping ahead a little bit.
Does TKO or WWE or Nick Khan or Mark Shapiro or the Pope need to investigate who they're doing business with this guy? Or do they just want to get Julia away from him and then they can say sayonara?
No, I think I got his thing over here. Let's see, Rossy Ogawa. I think this is the guy. Is a Japanese businessman and professional wrestling born in China. Okay, Japan. He is the founder. Well, that's the good news, is if he is actually Chinese, the Japanese will be glad to throw him under the bus. if I'm led to believe
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, administrative executive roles. Who is he? Oh, it doesn't say fucking if he has any ties to fucking the WWF or anything like that.
As I say, I'd be surprised if it's a different guy with the same name. I know.
Yeah, no.
Like,
again, if I fucked that up,
there, but...
which is we haven't rolled that out. If anyone knows anything about either Rossy Ogawa or about Kenny's little fucking hot takes like this, and you've got found any more, by God, we want them. we might even pay for them. Fuck, man. At least I will.
Yeah, no. You pay for that. I'm not.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. No, that wasn't me passing the hat.
Well, hold on. Let's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm Jewish. I can't.
Quick clip. Apparently, let's go to this.
Can't pass the hat on.
My only comment. I'm just say I'm with Oscar. That's it.
Yeah, seriously. If we are getting this wrong,
Yeah, no doubt.
Please tell us. Like,
Indeed.
no joke, no bit.
Yeah.
We really don't want to just throw.
Well,
someone under the bus or
it's
something.
also like
This is pretty fucking serious.
Yeah, no, this is fucking. We're in what, June by now, right? Or May?
Yeah,
Let me double check.
we're in June.
We're in June. Okay, so this is over a month old by now. I didn't see any corrections any fucking where. So and it wasn't that I waited because I'm a patient individual. It's just, shit got busy and I didn't know if anyone would care. I'm like, I'm continuing.
With Asuka, always have been.
Definitely.
We bros. And she got her reasons, and it was probably the same one as mine. My only comment.
Well, let me stop it there. I was about to repeat, but he's saying he's with Asuka, and she probably has the same reasons as him.
Anyways, so I think that's good enough for now. There's another fucking video that I wanted to get to over here.
The founder and former booker for Stardom, the biggest Joshi promotion in Japan, and probably the biggest women's promotion anywhere in the world.
What is a Joshi promotion? My weeaboo is a bit out of touch. Just women's? Okay, we're gonna go with that.
Was fired from Stardom in February after being accused of trying to poach talent on his way out. He was playing.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, no. At least I heard about somebody getting canned for fucking trying to pinch fucking talent on the way out. I didn't have any real thoughts on that. Sleazy promoters being sleazy promoters. I just assume that's just how they do business.
Planning to leave anyway. He was not happy about not having full power and having some of his decisions overruled. Again, it was his company at one time, but it had been sold to Bushiroad a number of years ago. They kept him on. But I guess he wasn't happy with some of the decisions that were being made, so the plan was for him to exit gracefully, but then they fired him instead. Now, he denied the poaching allegations and said that he would be starting a new promotion, and this week, that promotion was officially launched. It is called Dream Star Fighting Marigold, or Marigold for short.
I'm going to remember Dream Fighting. Okay.
They held a press conference on Monday to make
Let's
the
skip
announcement
ahead.
and be moving to the U.S., and at that point, she will be full-time with probably NXT to start. Corey Brennan for Fightful Select is reporting that the belief within NXT is that Julia will have her debut match at the NXT Heatwave show on July 7th, and that she is expected to be challenging for one of the NXT women's titles on that show. NXT is introducing a new Women's North American Championship.
Okay, I'm going to try and skim through here.
Was in Philadelphia also trying to work out a deal to get Io Sky and a mystery partner during one of his Twitch streams, because Kenny is
here we go.
He's still convalescing from his bout with diverticulitis. He's probably still going to have surgery.
What is direvic? I can't say it. What he said. No idea. Is it a type of cancer? Or? Yeah.
It does sound like diverticulitis.
Oh, you said it right. Obviously, fucking my friend here has an education.
Oh, diverticulitis. Oh, is that what he said?
Yes.
Diverticulitis is a kind of like an IBS. My brother had it for a little bit. It's kind of like an inflammation of your intestinal tract.
That sounds like a nightmare if you were a pro wrestler to have. Jesus Christ.
Oh yeah, sounds horrible.
All right, continuing.
Intestinal surgery very soon.
Oh, right. The minute after I unpaused his intestinal surgery, that would have gave it away.
So who knows when he's going to be back. So in his time off, he has set up a room, I guess, in his home or his apartment, whatever, where he's gaming and he's streaming on Twitch and people can ask questions. And so these Twitch streams have made quite the headlines in recent weeks. First for his comments about CM Punk and Brawl Out.
So I'm assuming that those videos are just rehosted from Twitch and somebody, either Kenny or fucking one of his fans, just rehosted those to fucking YouTube. Let's see.
Yeah, I think so.
That sounds about right. These about Kenny Omega and wrestling gaming. I don't think. You know what? On second thought, I'll just double check. This was recorded during Kenny Omega's, probably in Japan. Probably. So no, this isn't Kenny stuff. I don't know how much he cares. I know Jim Cornette originally fucking someone used to just poach his stuff and rehost it up on YouTube. He used to get a kickback officially when Jim moved over, but then he realized, why am I paying this one, asshole? This is all my stuff. This is all my stuff, damn it.
Yeah.
Continuing.
And now for his comments about Rossy Ogawa. He was asked about Ogawa, and his comments raised a lot of eyebrows. He said, I would say don't be so quick to listen to praise for that individual, because someday, I'm not sure when it will be, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but someday, people will know the truth.
All right.
What they do with that truth, I don't know. Will they share it? Marigold has a partnership with WWE.
Oh.
Omega said that he didn't care about that, as it's not even the tip of the iceberg. He said there are a lot of people that refuse to work for him for the very same reason who are currently in WWE and in AEW. He said if you want to know along what lines they tread amongst, the dude just flat out said, hey, we're looking for girls ages 13 to 21 that don't have a boyfriend and aren't married. We already know he puts...
Like, let me ask a dumb question. Why do you care that a 13-year-old does or doesn't have a boyfriend? Outside of, like, being a
there's
parent.
no good... There's no good reason to care about that.
That sounds like some idol bullshit, which I'm asking the audience, why would you care why a 13-year-old doesn't have... So that's some...
You, the viewer!
That's some... I'm not accusing you guys in the audience, but... I think I scared off the furry raiders from watching my fucking stream, so I can't just accuse them, you know. Anyways.
Underage girls in very revealing swimsuits.
Also, yeah, if Candy Corn or K9 ever fucking sees this, you worship a pedophile, get fucked.
Calendars and books. I wish that's all he did. Let's put it that way. I don't have any sort of video evidence. I just have the good word of people that are very close. I'm outside of it. If those people feel like commenting or saying something, whatever. For now, I'll just say...
Yeah, we've all tackled that. I'm seeing if you got anything new here, though, friend.
Marigold's talent or trainees. And then he agreed with one commenter who said that he should delete the video. He said he was not going on record with anything because he didn't want any lawyers barking at his door. I think it may be too late for that. And he finished by saying that he supports Asuka and that she's got her reasons, probably the same one as mine.
Ordinary dish soaps can...
Okay, so that video on Twitch has probably long since disappeared. Let me mute this and fucking hit play so I could let the commercial flow by. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Is it done? Okay, here it's back.
Aya Tribe on social media last summer. I covered it on the podcast. She was shooting on Stardom and how the promotion was created just to destroy her personally. Although she never mentioned Rossy Ogawa by name. There's a reason why they are working on a deal to bring Io and Kairi into Marigold and not Asuka. But, you know, wow. There's a lot to digest here. First of all, I hate when people say something without actually saying. But in this case, I understand Kenny not wanting to get himself into any kind of legal trouble. Yeah, it's kind of like his way of warning people and stepping right up to the line without going over it. For Kenny Omega, of all people, that's the other thing that struck me about these comments. Kenny Omega, he's always complimentary of everyone, you know, and he's a very laid-back guy. I don't know if I've ever seen him get angry before, even on TV.
Now, you watch AEW, right?
Occasionally.
Does Kenny fucking, like, shit on people behind the scenes?
No. Not like this.
Okay.
This is why it felt so out of left field.
So to what extent? Like, you know, that I don't like his body of work or some shit like that?
Yeah, stuff like that, but not like if
he sure isn't against 13-year-olds employing them in a suggestive fashion. Okay. God.
Let alone in like an interview or anything. Even CM Punk last week in the aftermath of all the stuff that went down there.
Again, from what I've seen,
yeah.
I'm not claiming to be a professional in any way. So.
Oh no, like fucking. Well, you're not a super fan of AEW, is what you're saying.
Yeah, no.
If anyone in the audience is fucking like a super fan of AEW, can speak a little bit better on fucking old Kenny here, wouldn't be against it, especially if, you know, leave a comment. Oh, hey, Bubba, what's up? Hey, what's going on up on here? In the form of IBS caused by a lack of fiber... Oh, no, yeah, okay.
That's what diverticulitis is.
I don't know how long ago that was. Kenny, but we were talking about Kenny Omega had some interesting fucking comments about a Japanese promoter and 13-year-old girls, and that's getting them to pose suggestively, and that's like the tip of the iceberg, but it didn't go any further. And I remember it stuck with me, even though I saw it, like, I listened to it probably like a day after it fucking came out, and I was like, hey, new friend fan here, this is serious, right? And you were like, yeah. It sounds like it's. I'm like, maybe I've lost the plot on what's a big deal and what's not, so I just figured, fuck it, I don't know. Continuing.
Pretty complimentary of Punk. Even Jim Cornette.
I was just listening to it.
Guts.
You showed it to me just now.
Yeah.
And I was hearing it, and as soon as he said 13 to 21, I immediately dropped what I was doing, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, the original fucking video. Did I cancel it? It's in the comments section. The Jim Cornette fucking clip of fucking Kenny Omega's video. If you come in around 2 to 3 fucking minutes, you'll fucking find out all the fucking the everything you need to know that'll make you go, okay, if anybody else finds any dirt from any of Kenny's many long ass, how long are they? I keep forgetting. Kenny's fucking streams. How much digging would I have to do? And they're not too terribly long. At least the guy who took these clips.
I mean, I think you could always ask the guy who found the clips. He probably watches them.
I didn't see a Twitter. That's unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or I could start looking through Twitch, or like maybe I could look through fucking Kenny Omega's Twitter or something like that.
If you've clipped this Kenny Omega clip, come hit us up on Twitter.
Yeah, no shit.
If you're the guy who's
it's a shame Meadow Fembot doesn't do clips anymore, because this would have been good content for their channel even still. Anyways.
I don't think I have ever heard Kenny Omega say anything or insinuate anything as bad about Cornette as what he did here about Rossy Ogawa in that video. And again, think of all the horrible shit that Cornette has said about this man. If Kenny Omega was burning on the side of the road, Cornette would not piss on him to put it out. And I still have never heard Kenny Omega say anything or insinuate anything as awful about him as he did here in this video. But he didn't mince any words. He said basically this man is a creep, and there's some really fucked up things going on that he has heard about. And that's the key. He stressed that he has not personally witnessed any of this himself. He has not experienced any of this himself. It's only things that he has heard secondhand from people that have worked there or have been around Rossy and know him well. And Kenny Omega is pretty plugged into the Joshi scene. People make fun of him for it. He brought Riho into AEW, and he's somebody who's pretty plugged into that scene and has tried to recruit people to come over and bring them to AEW from the Joshi scene. It's very telling to me that it's Kenny saying this and being so blunt. And it might give WWE pause before they decide to enter into a working relationship with this man. Being that their own company still has a sex trafficking lawsuit pending against it.
Jesus Christ.
I'm starting to understand all of those happy tweets from Tony Khan.
No, I keep hearing sex trafficking. I'm not entirely sure what legally constitutes sex trafficking, because I mean, everyone can you can understand murder well enough. You can understand grape, if you know what I mean. Like, what is it, filling up a semi truck full of a bunch of people who don't want to be there?
Well, the general idea, from what I understand it, again, I'm in law school just yet, but I am studying law, and the idea is that if it is, I think it can just be one person that is being held against their will through a third party to be sold without any autonomy.
Okay.
Which pretty much just means selling people for sexual favors. It's trafficking sex.
Okay. Just want to make it. I haven't seen it or had it happen to someone I know yet, so that's probably the disconnect for me.
Yeah.
Not saying it doesn't happen, especially from weird Chinese, Japanese businessmen.
Chinese, Japanese.
Well, he says they said he's from China, but he's in Japan right now, so
Yeah, so I guess that would be a good way.
What Kenny is referring to about Marigold looking for younger, unmarried women, The promotion said they're looking for new wrestlers to train.
You wouldn't want to hire a 13-year-old married woman, my God.
And they want them to be between the ages, I think it was 13 and 30. He said 13 and 21. I think it's 13 and 30, but they want them unmarried. Now, John Pollock had an interview with Karen Peterson, who works for the website Post Wrestling. I wanted to give her a shout out here because I thought it was a good interview, and then I noticed that she blocked me on Twitter. I've never interacted with this woman once in my entire life, but evidently I got all up in her feelings. But she was talking about how it's more of a cultural thing in Japan, where these promotions, and not just Stardom, they have Ice Ribbon. I mean, there's more than one Joshi promotion. But they want girls that are younger, who can make the commitment to train. So they go to school, they train, they wrestle, or they work part-time.
Okay, so I kind of understand that now. Do you get it? Like, it's a fucking, like, a career that you're training someone up from 13 to have a full-time, like, while your body's still young, to adapt to the rigors of pro wrestling is the defense.
I understand the defense. That does not mean I agree with it or think it's right.
So,
I
again,
definitely
look. Am I saying that things look bad for Rosie? Am I defending him in any way, shape, or form? No. But if this were like, I don't know, a Gracie going, hey, look, we're trying to get like younger students, male or female, for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and we have to start training them when they're younger. I remember British Ninja, Jeff, who said that he got into fucking what is it, gymnasts or whatever the fuck it is, not old enough or too young. He was too old by the time he got into it, despite being in phenomenal shape. That you have to start training for this shit like really goddamn young. So I don't. The defense is good. Whether that's the real reason or not is a horse of a different color. But if that actually panned out to be what it is, I'd understand. I guess if I were still a fucking diehard pro wrestling fan, I guess I'd probably be a bit more understanding to it. But since I've seen so many pro wrestlers die young, I don't disagree with your stance. I'm not going to die on that hill, but I'm if the excuse was legit, I'd be a lot less bothered.
Yeah, if I could buy it, then yeah, I guess so. But I don't buy it. It's what
I agree.
Time and they train and they wrestle, and that's it. That's their lives. But also, she pointed out that the fan base for these Joshi promotions is predominantly male.
Okay, now that they lost me again. It's just when you like, how long are you in training? Because I definitely wouldn't want my 13, 14, 15, or even 16, till they're an adult, going in front of a fucking Japanese crowd. Especially, weirdos super kicking them who were used to fucking wrestling blow up dolls. No offense, Kenny. No. You're okay for the moment.
Men in their 30s. Now, that doesn't make it any less creepy when we're talking about underage girls. In fact, that makes it worse. They do these photo shoots of these girls, some of them underage in like bathing suits and stuff. It's like a Victoria's Secret catalog. But Japan also, just last year, they lowered their age of adulthood from 20 to 18. It's the first time in 140 years they changed the legal definition of an adult in Japan. When Rossy sold Stardom to Bushiroad in 2019, Bushiroad changed things where they didn't want anybody under the age of 18. Apparently, Rossy wants to keep things old school. And when you hear the Kenny Omega comments, you read between the lines, and it just makes it that much creepier.
Well then, let's click back on the live stream. Let's take a look. Oh, let's see. Anybody else any thoughts? we could definitely discuss other things. I was thinking about segueing the
questions, concerns.
Segueing to talking about Street Fighter, but it suddenly doesn't feel right.
Well, there's that other thing. That is.
Oh God, no! We're not talking about the fucking. I'm not gonna let you tear into fucking that weird Mortal Kombat game thing. I know you're dying too. We're not gonna drive some I can't say poor individual into an early grave by shame and eternal, and saying that that's on the same pier.
Well, that wasn't what I was saying. I was talking about the webcake thing. But
Oh!
now that you mention it,
Yeah, no, I mentioned offhand that I had a friend of a friend, a peer, an acquaintance who was good at fucking what was it, Sub-Zero anthologies and Mortal Kombat.
Sub-Zero mythology.
And that's his only thing he was ever good at in his little life. And my peer here, fucking Burr, basically wanted to bully him into an early grave. Because he's a monster.
No, I'm not a monster.
No.
It's just imagine that's the only thing you're good at.
So I'll tackle this. I don't, not sure I want to go through this whole video right now. Well, we'll type in wubcake.
Alright.
And I'm gonna give fucking, where is it? Oh, where'd she go? There she is. This stop her video from fucking AHAD. AHD. Yeah, I got it right that time. Brandon Play stuff. I skimmed through, and from what I understand, I didn't see any allegations of wubcake being sexual with minors. So there's that. I could leave it there and walk off.
We could.
We could.
That is something we could do.
Oh, you're dying to tell that other thing, aren't you?
No. I'm just.
I think you are. My friend wants me to bully wubcake, and you know what? This is for all the people who know me that I've probably blurted this out into fucking Discords and Skype chat groups or wherever the fuck else. So it's not going to be a new thing for this channel. But old wubcake provided her voice for a certain animation. I'll put it on screen so you can all figure it out. Did I spell it wrong? I think I did. Here, I'll just do it this way. The psycho crazed fucking Randy Steer guy who shot up, like, killed his 3 co-workers. What provided her voice for that? And
Yep.
Again, this was years ago. 2, I don't believe Wub knew the guy had firearms. Don't think she knew that the person was trans, and I don't believe that they were planning on killing their fucking coworkers. So, that's why I shut up about it.
Yeah. Listen. If he gets in trouble for this,
I guess.
If this is a bigger deal than we are.
I don't think it is.
It out to be. I don't think it is either. But if it is, it's totally his fault. He made me push him to do it.
Oh, sure.
Up in GR's
Sure. Anyways, but
it's all his fault.
This video here in question, as far as I know, for the 25 minutes, he points out that Wub's kind of a spiteful ass with their significant others. So I will spill the tea. When she broke up with Maid, I remember looking on Skype, and there's a bit of hypocrisy here, so you guys feel free to rip into my ass. Her statement on the matter was, "Thank God I'm free." Now, anyone who knows one of my breakups, I stole that from there, and it didn't go well for me. It didn't go well for me at all. Wub never confronted me about that, but if that's one of the reasons I got fucking blocked, I understand.
Fair enough.
As opposed to some racial obscenity that I said somewhere. I'm pretty sure that's the real reason that I got cut off. But I got cut off by Wub a hot minute ago. Here's why I would argue about the stop her thing about the fucking bitterness with exes. Wub came up to me after not talking to me for months and months and asked me for me to private the fucking the recording of, like, where Maid tried to confront her as being a pedophile. And she's like, "Oh, it's kind of tacky. Could you remove it?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And one of the last line I said before I got blocked was, "Maybe you'll bug me in 6 months from now." And because I am a petty asshole, I unfucking privated it. Let's see if I could find the video even doing this. Let's see.
What if you'll get unblocked now?
No. I don't. There's nothing to say. Like, as far as I could tell from that video, the stop her video. So the accusation is she's kind of a shit girlfriend. Okay. and
Wow.
and
Yeah, that's not a crime.
no, not really. She's kind of a flake with like working with people, unless she took his money. If she did, bad. We could back up the truck for that.
Shame.
Yeah, no, not cool. You pay that back. But if she didn't take your money and all she did was flake on you, I mean,
Who cares?
But yeah, no. All the times that I've looked through fucking people bitching about Webcake on fucking Twitter, I've never found any damn thing. We sat down and talked with her, especially when her ex basically brought up a lot of fucking things, and all it did was make her look fucking made him look like a jagoff.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, that's just. I just thought that was interesting. Was all. I thought that was just an interesting thing.
Yeah. Let me take a look here, see if I could fucking find that, because someone... Oh, no, it's probably on the main channel, because someone sat there and said this aged well. And I'm like, what? What, did something happen with Webcake that I should fucking know about?
Yeah. You awoke from your sarcophagus and was like, oh, my time has come.
No. I didn't back up the truck to fucking step on Wub. I didn't really give a shit one way or another.
Yeah, who would do something like that? Who would revel in somebody else's misfortune?
I swear I don't hate Webcake. I don't care.
I don't either.
No.
I don't care either.
Well, you're the one who wanted the Randy Steer thing at all costs.
Oh, just because I think it's interesting. I think it deserves to be out there.
Well, go clip this and send it to Turkey Tom so he could sponge off of my old dead content again.
Yeah.
Which that's not. Yeah, no. And I'd like to give Tom a shout out if you'd like to talk about fucking our boy Mixer Mike, aka Flufflepuff, and you have any questions. Why don't you come up to me and find your big boy nuts and talk to me, or maybe you only talk to pedophiles like Joshua Vita. Yeah, how about that, Tom?
Now that's another interesting thing.
Yeah, no shit. Notice that I want to mention that about old Tommy boy, our dear beloved Turkey. The video that he talked about of mine, he cut out the fucking parts about Vita, which is weird because he knew Vita.
How long did he know him for?
Oh, long enough to fucking he specifically used him to go after fucking Digi, and Digi pointed it out when they were having their fucking live stream.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Oh, but Pepperidge Farm still remembers. I'm as far as I'm concerned, Tom going after fucking Mixer Mike is fucking music to my ears. So you done good, Tom.
Yeah. But then you get into a question of, do the ends justify the means?
What, going after fucking Mixer Mike? Sure. And that's fucking...
And there you go.
I want to bring up this too. I've gotten enough people in my fucking comment section recently. Why didn't you do more? And I'm like, I screamed from the mountaintops. And if I remember correctly, the VA community, which Webcake was part of, helped scream about the mountaintops about fucking people like Mixer Mike. So yeah, I don't have a huge problem with her, even if she is, bitchzilla about her exes.
Yeah.
If there is more, by all means, but I'm pretty sure I haven't heard it before, and I still believe when Faith Meliminis went after it's because she disrespected him, and he's a petty fuck. But takes one to know one.
There you go.
Indeed. And he's like, if you want to call me an SJW because I hashtag just believe them, and I do, yes, I do, Faith. Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
Speaking of past punching bags, they covered Kiro about 2 years ago. Little old hat there, friend. Little old hat.
Wasn't it all?
Yeah. Jeez. That video got fucking buried on Flufflepuff a long time ago. Let's see. It couldn't have been that old. Let me see, unless it got flagged.
I was gonna say, I don't remember it being that old either.
Turkey Tom Flufflepuff. I would assume. Oh, there we go. Oh, Flufflepuff allegations. Should we give it a quick listen? Just like the beginning?
Sure.
Alright, let's
Why
see.
not?
Oh, I forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, let's read through the comments. Tom wearing a hat to hide his hair. Yeah, you boys are bringing the intelligence. I was thinking it was a teen girl running her account, not a grown man. Sure. Bro, I thought Flufflepuff was a lesbian Pegasister.
Oh God, I hate that word. I hate that word.
Oh, let me trigger you. The one that used to piss off the anti-bronies I knew. Their most angry word that would get them going. Pony Sana.
What was that?
Pony Sana. Oh, we got another one! Eliora used to use that. My Pony Sana, and I'd fucking... No, I didn't care until I saw it triggered people so much. I started fucking laughing about it. Really wearing a hat. I'm 19. I used to watch them.
And shit.
Let's see, this is Tom's video. Watched this channel as a kid. I fully thought that this was a teenage girl running it. God.
People seem to think that.
A lot of
I
Tom's
wonder
people
why.
apparently think this. But anyways, let's see.
Or the top comment is, Tom's really wearing a hat.
Oh, next. Okay. Is he just going to react to their fucking streams?
You're 12, okay? Call me whatever you want. But why is
And
there
yes, I noticed the hypocrisy.
Flufflepuff? Is that the best we could come up with here? Really? Flufflepuff? You couldn't come up with anything else? I guess it's fitting of the brony name, but come on. Shoot me an email. I'll help you out. So this person called Devil's Casino on Twitter tweeted out, content warning. Gooning. Flufflepuff is a predator who's gotten away with...
No, he said gooning. That's grooming. Those are two different things, Tom.
Though sometimes related.
I'm not entirely sure what gooning is entirely. Isn't it just Odinism?
I think gooning just means jerking off as far
Yeah,
as I'm concerned.
I used a very fucking scientific fucking Family Guy remark where it's...
Oh, yeah.
Chris used it when he wound up like getting chemically castrated, and he's like, "Oh, it's ever since I gave up Odinism." Anyways,
grooming underage girls for over a decade. He groomed his current girlfriend when she was 15 and had sex with a 16-year-old. He was shy of 30 with both victims. Both still talk to him. Document at the end of the...
Okay, so hold it. I didn't know about the first one still talking to him because she made it sound like she very much didn't want to run into him anymore, which I've had other people... And I will admit this. I kind of let some information slip about the fucking the first person who wasn't Bayfish. I don't have that information in front of me. It's been a long goddamn time. I've often my stance usually is I think you have a duty to nip it in the bud if someone's going to continue. Now, if you're going to sit there and say, but Mixer Mike is settled down with Bayfish, I think she's blackmailing him. I think in my heart of hearts, the only reason that somebody like Mixer Mike would stay with Bayfish is you're damn right you're gonna stay with me, or maybe all these little chat logs will fucking go somewhere, Mike. Sit your ass down, boy. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, man.
Thread. Flufflepuff will be referred to as Mike, started grooming his current girlfriend, Beffish Prod, when she was 15.
Bayfish, you dumb fucking hick. Anyways.
Beffish had a typical teenage crush on him. Mike indulged this and became romantically involved with...
So, I want to point out, too, that basically all of Bayfish's fucking goddamn friends thought that it was hysterical and delightful that she was fucking dating Mike when she was underage. And there's a recording of that.
Well, what's hysterical about that exactly?
No, it's just they were all like, "Oh, you're the only one who cares," and that was how I met Brony Inspector because he tried taking that recording to Horse News, who didn't care. Oh, sure, it's pathetic,
It
but
was like, yeah.
it's pathetic, but it's not really news. And I was like, I'll take it. And for the record, I didn't hate Mike. It wasn't like, look, I'm dying to have this head on my fucking trophy mantle. I enjoyed his goofy, silly, stupid bullshit content, and I was a little bummed out that fucking
with her, despite her being underage and himself being 11 years older than her. And here we have some
I
DMs
remember
here of
seeing
people talking about it. Now, this is supposedly Flufflepuff. These allegations could be false. We're basically day one with these. So
who's that in the comment? Oh, Tom, hi there. Do you see me on screen? Yeah.
This is all subject to change, but we're going to go over the DMs here. Here, JD Harding says, what kind of question is that? Flufflepuff says, I get the feeling it's complicated. I get the feeling you're not going to believe what I say, which is why I've been ignoring it. I'm well aware of who the lot of you are and the trouble you cause people, but I don't like to judge people based on what I hear rather than what I personally see, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt this one and only time. No, we didn't date when she was 15, and I'm willing to admit this in front of my entire friend group. If she said anything like that, she must have been wrong. We didn't start dating till she was 17 and 18. Yeah, we liked each other before then, but nothing happened at 15 or 16. We were just art friends that streamed together back then. Wow.
So I'd like to point out too that basically, according to Bayfish, that he came over to her house, and their parents' response was, "Oh, they're both autistic. That makes it okay."
Wow! Oh, wow!
Yes.
Ooh.
Yes. Now, Bayfish could come out and say I made that up. I'm not that inventive.
That's a fresh start to the allegations. That's an interesting start to allegations if I've ever seen one.
That is a horrible thing to hear.
Yeah, I mean, we liked each other when she was 16, when she was 15, but I mean, nothing even happened at that point. I waited.
Okay, that's still orbiting, isn't it? Kind of, sort of.
Waited a little bit till she was 17. I mean, geez, what's going on here, big guy? Because it's none of my business and neither yours. So there's nothing you'd concern yourself with that might be a harm to the community you're in. Deathfish says, I got the dates wrong. I mean, this mostly all started from some dinner conversation that was recorded without my permission.
Oh no, that's bullshit. Brony Inspector very specifically asked, is it okay if I record this? That is 100% horseshit. I'm pretty damn sure. And she thought that he was fucking around.
Me and Mike were close friends back then, and I was a hopelessly romantic teenager. Maybe I confused my crush feelings for when we actually started dating. I mean, this entire thing is like a year old by now.
Oh, by the way, there's my boy, Creepy Reading, who came along.
JD Harding says the community has become...
I sent him a copy of this fucking video, Tom.
I'm a toxic waste dump as of late, with far too many toxic people in it trying to use others for personal gain and distort the truth to try and destroy anyone that dare oppose them. That Creepy Reading says a public figure abusing their position is a serious... And then it gets cut off for some reason. Not sure why. That Creepy Reading. Haven't thought about that dude since the Plagued Moth drama and the little debate we had on my channel. He didn't do great in that debate, but I mean, in fairness, the guy he was debating against was terminally autistic, so, you know, it happens. Here we have Befish saying...
You know what? I will take that too, and tilt to the heat death of the universe. I am prepared to forgive Creepy Reading for everything. Especially, hey, look, you wait till somebody talks the police into fucking goddamn leaving you the fuck alone. You know which X. You know which X.
Here we have Mitzi Monster saying, I had a pretty young relationship at 14, and the biggest age gap between me and a guy was 18 years. We had a good 5-year relationship. Befish says, I see. I believe me and Mike are 11 and a half years. That's actually the longest I've been with someone. The longest before him was someone my age who actually lived by me, which was 2 years. Mitzi Monster says, sometimes people get caught up on technicalities and can't see through their happiness, and that's sad. Is the physical distance between you an issue? I moved 5 hours away for a couple of years with my older guy. He came down to see me every other weekend. Bruh. Technical details, all that matters is personal happiness. I mean, if he met her when he was like 30 and she was like 15, which is the allegation being made here, and they started dating when she was 17, I mean, am I supposed to think that's good? Am I supposed to support that? Am I supposed to say that's not gooning in any respect? Like, come on, bro.
I don't think that's gooning. Am I incorrect here? Grooming! I believe it's grooming. Yes, I believe it's two different things, Tom.
These names. The second victim, Starry...
If I didn't start calling you Pheasant, Tom, come on, let's use... Words mean things, Tom.
But... The second victim, Starshine, met Mike via Befish and developed a crush on him. She was 16 and he was 29. When Befish turned 18, she and Mike took a break from dating, and Mike used this opportunity to groom Starzy. He then met her in person to have sex with her. Oh, thank God I don't talk to Fluffle anymore. It's like, not only did he have sex with me when he has a girlfriend, it was when I was 16, and she's just 2 years older than me. Yeah, I'd block them both when she moves out. I was so starstruck and love-struck I didn't realize how wrong it was. I'm tempted to. You should. Yeah, like Befish I'm more neutral on, but man, she can sometimes be so dim and garbage, like the message she sent me that night. Speaking up about being uncomfortable with the way I act is one thing, being cruel and harsh about it is another. Well, what did this person...
So I want to mention this too offhand. I noticed that fucking Tom went after fucking, what was his damn name? The original fucking alleged groomer in the Brony fandom. The musician.
Mando Pony.
Yes. Now, I glanced through, and he found like something that looked like it was concrete. I didn't find it. My people didn't find it at the time. We looked up and down, which means one of three things. I fucked up. Tom made it up. Or Mando kept fucking up and something new came out. I think it's the third one. Yeah, I think it's highly possible that we did do our fucking job. And I think Mando just basically said, oh good, that's over. And then just half-assed it and got caught.
Again.
That's my headcanon. I could be entirely wrong, but you know what? I will tip my hat. Congratulations, you get Mando's head. I haven't seen that clip in a hot minute, but it looked like it was open and shut. And even if I didn't have him, my Steam original remark stands. There are an awful lot of underage kids that have nude pics of you, Mando. It's not that you can explain that, it's the fact that you didn't. The easy answer would have been, I posted my nudes on, like, I don't know, OnlyFans or some stupid-ass place where I probably shouldn't have, and now kids have them. But he never bothered to fucking say that. It would have been a really easy fucking get out of jail versus, nothing here to see, and I don't have to answer anything.
Person do to make this
I don't
comfortable.
have to.
And did he actually do this when she was 16?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you
And
do.
I mean, if he was 30 years old, did he have sex with her? I mean, that's...
Oh, I'd like to mention this too, since, you know, I love bringing up Vita's name. Someone in the comments said, it's because of you that Vita's still running around. Is he?
I have no clue. Is he?
I'm asking, like, legit, fuck it.
Yeah, I'm asking too. I don't know.
I thought he was in jail. But hey, if he's still cocking up, why not?
That's, I can't even just...
I believe he was in jail briefly. Hey, Vita, would you like to tell us how it felt to drop the soap? Would you like to come along for that uncomfortable podcast?
If you'd like to come on down.
Yeah.
Say sussy, like that's fucking disgusting. Devil's Casino says, I spent years trying to help Starzy recognize her abuse by Mike as she kept blaming herself, but she fled back to him right after I made my first tweet about him. That's why I'm not keeping her anonymous anymore. They're back talking to us, thus she is still in danger. Baby Blue Eyes says, yeah, sorry. I saw Flep FF on one of my timelines and I'm mad again. Otherwise I'd say more. Aurelia Brightheart says, ooh, oh, oof. Then there's these two pictures of cats, I think. And then Baby Blue Eye says, I'm still so mad that most people have no idea about this grooming. Sorry. Aurelia says, no, it's fine. God, a part of me is still in denial about it. Brain has a hard time letting people go. Denial about this sort of thing. These things are true. And you were a kid. Attention. I don't doubt he has taken advantage of even more teenage girls behind the scenes.
Now, here's the rub on that one, though. I'd only heard about two. I don't know if this is the exact same girl. If it's not, that means there's three. I've always been of the impression that Mike had the reach to go after more people. Would you not think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that was... Yes, I would say so.
Yeah.
Mike's platform and power over these girls is what prevented him from being rightfully called out. Both victims are still in his grasp and fully believe they're at fault for having sex with him. They were underage. They could not consent. Mike knew this. This is clear abuse of power by a grown man with influence. Few know about this, and I'm getting tired of it being slept on. I can only imagine how many other teenagers he groomed that nobody knows about. Don't harass Beffish or Starzy. They need help, not condemnation. They are victims. If any freaks try to...
Bay is an adult now. Get fucked. I believe that she has contributed at this point. I will not have Bayfish going, oh no, that statute of limitations for you to say victim has fucked off a long time ago, honey. You're going on the train with him. That's where you wanted to be. Yes, that's exactly what it meant.
To argue, actually, Mike's home state age of consent is 16, so it's fine. Mike is a figure of authority and had power over Beffish and Starzy. He abused it for sex. The law isn't always right. It's not normal for a 16-year-old to be having sex with someone in their 30s.
So, about the law, he can't cross state lines to pursue sex with a minor. It's a hard cap at 18, is it not?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. He's cooked. We don't have to talk about that bullshit. You have to cross state lines, or you know what? Better yet, if I want to go old school, and this is technicality, I don't really count this one, but this is me being a law's penis. I could incite the Mann Act if he brought her over. It doesn't matter what age she is. You brought over a woman for illicit material, you could absolutely be charged federally. It's not right. It's not right that you should be able to fucking, like, that's like saying, hey, look, you brought a girl across state lines to go to a casino. Technically, you could be hit with the Mann Act. Technically. Should you?
A good enough prosecutor and a bad enough defense attorney.
It's on the books. I think that was Ginsburg actually upheld that law. That was one of hers. I thought. I'm probably not remembering that right. It's been
What year?
It had been it was a. I'm gone way off track. Don't trust me on that one.
And,
All right,
and that's
fair
a valid
enough.
point. If all this is true, that's very true. Just a note, I made the decision to block and separate from Starzy after she blocked me due to a lot of information I found out unrelated to this. I won't elaborate on it as I don't want to discredit her validity as a victim here, and it's also someone else's story they will tell. Update, some messages she exchanged with him from an anonymous source. These are full of emotional manipulation from Mike. I physically felt ill reading the last two. Here we have Flufflepuff saying, says who? Did you not want to do what we did? I'll admit it felt really rushed, and I feel pretty bad. I really shouldn't have. I don't think I can apologize enough for making you feel like this. I'm really sorry. ... That's how you know they're sorry, when they put the ...
I thought that the ... dots when they wanted fucking attention. That's what I remember. But anyways, really did.
That's textbook remorse. Okay, over the internet, the ... saves you from any allegation. You're fine. I can't believe I trusted you. Jesus, very emo profile picture and name here says, oh, I did, I really did, but what's really upsetting me, I get the feeling that you may or may not have a girlfriend, and that her username may or may not start with a B, and that I'm just some side whore. Flufflepuff says you're not that.
Oh, he did a Toon Critic. Nice.
You're someone I feel like I could really relate to, and I let that push me into pushing you into things. If anything, I'm the piece of shit I've always been. If you want to blame anyone, blame me. If I could take it back, I would. I would have much rather have gotten to know you and at least become better friends before even thinking about anything. Now I'm guessing we're never going to talk again, and I've basically ruined something you cherished because the artist is such a POS. You don't deserve this mess I put on you again. I'm really sorry. If there's anything you want to talk about, I'll always be here. Or if you want to see me again, I'll understand, but I don't think of you as anything even close to what you're calling yourself to me. You made me feel safe, like I wasn't the only one with my anxiety and depression problem.
Now, to be fair, and this isn't me defending anything Flufflepuff did, I remember seeing him at a con, and just him even talking in public was him having a nervous breakdown. So does he have legit anxiety? Yes. Does that excuse anything he's done here? No. Not even close. But he's not completely making up that part.
Frick, I feel like I'm managing to upset you more. I just think I didn't truly wanted to. It's like, even if you really wanted to, I know I'd feel really bad taking the first time of yours. Whoa. He took her first time? That's supposed to be something special, not something some random guy that isn't even looking for a relationship, if that makes sense. It does make sense, it's just I feel bad now because I feel like I was pushing you into doing something you didn't want to do. I mean, if you...
So, Tom, what I would ask you to do is that you should probably invite Mixer Mike to come on down. You should, you should absolutely.
Come on down.
Yeah, no, I, and while I would like to fucking, hornswoggle my way in, I'm sure I'm not invited. I'm sure I'm not going to be responded. But you should absolutely invite old Mikey. Or if you could kick this up. I think you're in the same circles as old Keemstar. I'd love for Keem to fucking grill Mike.
He was 30. Like, you didn't push him. If anything, he pushed you if you're 16 years old. Like,
Let's make this happen.
A 16-year-old should not be having relationships with 30-year-olds. I think that's not a shocking take to put online. I think that's what we would call a file. We would probably call that person a file or a groomer or some kind of sick, twisted freak, and an LCP, if you will.
LCP? What's that?
LCP.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Wow. Once again, these DMs, I haven't verified if they're real. Nobody has yet. We don't know if they're real. Maybe they're all faked, but that's crazy. It does make sense. I feel bad now because I feel like I was pushing you into doing something you didn't want to do. Flufflepuff says, I didn't really know at the time. Had more time to think when I left, so it's not your fault. No one's fault. Just caught up in things. Well, it's your fault. if this is true. That being said, I didn't mind the whole naked snuggles. Oh, and we'll be more than interested in doing that again. Bro. Damn.
So, yeah, no. So, Bayfish, you're a cuck. You're an enabler. I do not give you a pass. Get fucked. All this shit went down at least 2 to 3 years ago. You had just turned 18. You are probably at least 21 right now. Duly get fucked.
Damn. Ugh. Flufflepuff allegedly followed up to the DM about depression, saying, just wanted to check in. I'm still here if you want to talk, which I'd really like to do. The longer this silence is, the more confused and worried I'm becoming. Like, I really thought you wanted this. You literally held me down and begged me for over an hour for it when I kept trying to leave. Did you really want to? Was it something you thought you wanted but now realize you don't? Was this all some kind of sick trick to hurt me? I guess it wouldn't be the first time someone wanted to hurt me, but I don't want to believe that's you. I just want...
Well, you know what, Mike? Why don't you tell us all those previous experiences where someone wanted to hurt you and tell us the ages of those people who wanted to hurt you? I'd like to know.
Well, the thing is, he probably doesn't remember. You know. That's
I bet he does. I bet he does if you got it. Here's the rub I remember that fucking Leo Convoy got pissed off at Ruza for, which is something Ruza admitted to. Ruza would catfish and fucking they would gay op and pose as like, you know, someone like a younger person. That would come in mighty handy with someone like Bayfish. Or not Bayfish, Flufflepuff. Freudian slip there. It would be, I bet you that this person, if this had happened, let's see. Oh, there's no dates on these. Like, if these happened after they got caught and they kept talking, do you think that Mike would be dumb enough to Yeah, I do. I think Mike is bleeding to get his side of the story out. And if you could just find a sympathetic group of people that might have an M at the beginning of their group name and a P at the bottom. It's about 3 letters. If only they could be enough to fucking breathe life into his YouTube channel again. I think Mike would attach himself to that so fast.
To help out and figure out what's going on. And I can if you disappear. If you don't want to talk right now, I'll understand. But at least say something or let me know when you might want to talk. Or at least if you just flat out don't want me in your life anymore. I doubt it would be a good idea for you to come to my place today. I'm just having problems because of yesterday and I'm questioning myself and beating myself up. I need time. Any reason why, like I'm not upset in the slightest, was even wanting to share something I'd like to do with you. Chromatic notes, this supposed underage girl says, I don't even know right now. I'm questioning myself and what I am. As in, I was looking in the mirror and calling myself a disgusting whore. I'm just not having a good time right now. I was barely able to force myself out of bed. I was barely able to make myself get dressed. Hell, I'm not even properly dressed. I have pajama shorts on instead of pants. God, I even ended up crying a few minutes ago, and that ... that never happens to me. Flufflepuff says, I don't change out of pajamas unless I leave the house, and even then I consider not changing. Although now that I have my own room, I might not even put pajamas on.
Thank you for that fucking mental image there, Mike.
So this person named Venti Latte says she verbally confirmed it to me that she and Mike were dating. I know I have no proof, and trust me, I'm all good about having proof considering certain situations on YouTube, but I was literally a preteen at the time. Here they say, I remember the convo a bit now after thinking about it for a few minutes. I was talking about how gross it is that 30-year-olds and 16-year-olds date, and she replied, no, it's not. My boyfriend is 30. And I was just like, oh, okay, I guess, because I was young and didn't know what to say. If what these people are saying is true, that's horrible. And obviously, Flufflepuff over here deserves to be called out relentlessly and worse. But I don't know if that's the case. You know, ultimately, Flufflepuff at this point has not responded at all. I've not seen any statement from them. If you check their likes, it looks like they haven't really been active on Twitter since April 6th.
No, when Tom's video originally fucking dropped, they definitely got fucking hailed with the original fucking... It was a much bigger swarm of people going, hey, aren't you a pedophile? But for all those people who were fucking super serious about it, I'll tell you what happened. It was hot for a minute, and then y'all forgot about it, just like everybody else did beforehand when I did it. It just happened probably more intensely, and it probably blew over much more fast. Because Tom's fucking people have attention deficit disorder far more than my fans did.
Well, yeah, that's what the whole thing is that everybody forgets faster than they, just incredibly quickly.
Yeah.
Just move on to the next thing once you're bored with it.
Well, here's the whole rub on this. If do I believe that Bayfish would fight and die and kill to stay with Mike at this point, and I'd be beating a dead rock? Yes. If I was absolutely positively sure that that's where Mike was going to stay without, dipping his toes anywhere else, we're dicks at this point. But I can't say beyond a shadow of a doubt if Mike isn't, has his finger in any other pies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wrong analogy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the moral high road right there.
Second, and before that, they weren't.
And you know what? If I'm getting it wrong, oh no, I'm giving a pedophile a bad fucking deal. God forgive me.
Awful.
That much.
I know. And, God awful.
They just haven't said anything about it. I don't know if they're going to. Honestly, I would assume if it's untrue, they'll want to dispel it. Also, if it's untrue, they could not respond if they think it's not worth it, I guess. But, 10,000 likes calling you a pedophile with all these DMs that people are...
And I'd like to respond. Tom, Mike was willing to talk to me. At least, he wasn't willing to come in a call, but he definitely fucking had me into his chat. And I did have to nag the fuck out of him to do it. For like a month. I was persistent. I went after him. I kept streaming, hey Mike, still looking, still dying to talk to you.
Are claiming are real. I think it's probably a good idea to respond to something like that in most cases. To dispel.
You know what would be my wet dream? I think I'd pay any amount of money, at least at I'd get 10 figures. I would want Mr. Medicare to fucking talk to Mike. A fully up-to-date, fully queued in, know all the lore, has all the notes in front of him, has like at least 10, 20 tabs, and ready to quiz Mike, and Mike having to come onto the microphone and not able to leave until Jim was thoroughly happy and satisfied. That would be.
It reminds me of that it was one of the bad Hellraiser sequels, but there's this thing where there's the auditor, and his whole thing is that you have to go through. You have to tell him what you did. You're not allowed to leave.
I kind of like the auditor's fucking gimmick. That was kind of like, it is a dumb movie.
Oh no, dumb movie, really cool gimmick.
Spell that if you're not guilty, and if you are guilty, maybe you'll have a bad response. Maybe you'll have a response where you own up to it and leave the internet. And I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen to him after that. But maybe. You
know what? Let's take a looky loo, shall we?
Yeah.
What is our good dear Mike been up to?
Let's see.
And this isn't even me asking to talk to Mike. I already have. I've nothing else that wouldn't be old hat at this point.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's take a looky loo. 3 months ago, 200,000. They're still.
God, really?
They're still fucking chilling and brewing.
Huh.
They were always in the fucking millions, though.
Yeah, but still, like after all this, that's still like a.
Who follows drama videos? But you know what? Let's do this. Let's mute this really quick. Let's go to that comment section. As soon as I realized the bug waifu, blah, 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 blah. Is anyone talking about this? You know what? I'm doing this wrong. This was back a month ago, right? 3 months ago. Ooh. You know what, Tom? Your people weren't bitter and spiteful enough. Mine would have gone to the comment section.
That's the difference between you and me.
They would have backed up the truck. They would have backed up the truck. They would have told their friends to back up the truck. Hey, why don't you go say hi to Mike and ask him about this thing?
For old time's sake, why don't you ask him?
Amazingly enough, I'll give Mike this. He didn't block me on Twitter. Bayfish did.
Well, you know how you could maybe get him.
How?
Just tweeted him. Are you a pedophile? Aren't you the guy who's a pedophile?
I think I've made it abundantly clear what I think Mike's deal is.
Yeah.
Be something legally could happen. And once again, if it is true, they could just leave the internet and not come back. We have new merchandise, boys and girls. Yes, I know you're excited. It's my website right here. On this is years ago, 6 years ago at this point. Accusations were made about Flufflepuff, and it kind of just went under the radar. You can see this video is titled "Flufflepuff dates a 15-year-old."
Yep, that's me. Hi, how you doing?
Year-old How Not to Brony 88, and this has 4,000 views from an account named Fanon Frenzy. Caption says, "Don't date 15-year-olds when you're an adult." I would agree with that. And here we have a few people from one day ago being like, hold on a second, this info's hidden for 6 years until someone made a Twitter call it on him. This person said yes, this person said same reaction. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. If this is true, these allegations have basically just gone under the radar for years. If it's not true, then Flufflepuff's being falsely accused with fake DMs, but ultimately we're just gonna have to wait and see what they say, if they say anything at all, to know the truth of these allegations. But one of the people here, the girl that he was dating, not the one that he used as a side hoe, I guess, who was also, I guess, underage according to these allegations.
So Tom, maybe don't call the underage girl a side hoe.
They had a conversation with them recorded over there, and I believe that's this conversation here.
Not a good look.
Should know better than to date teenagers.
That's my boy, Brony Inspector, ex-boy.
Yeah. But I know you don't prove that. You were doing it.
And there's that, I mean, I guess out of context conversation. I can't even tell what this is from, so I have no idea if this isn't super convincing proof to me. But yeah.
Maybe, but you took it too far. You played butthole roulette, and you lost the Hi guys, for no good reason here. I'm gonna say up front, if you download this
Fucking
video,
Frank
I'll
Sinatra
understand.
versus
Today,
Freddie Mercury bit.
Yeah, butthole roulette.
Love
I think
it.
that's the best way to put it there.
Yeah, butthole
we're
roulette.
discussing Flufflepuff, aka Mixer Mike, aka Fluffle Mixer. And while I do have one solitary relevant screenshot, this is from Bayfish, who, as you can see here,
So this is the same DM from that Twitter thread we see here of Beffish saying "yee," and then Missy Monster saying, "I had a pretty young relationship at 14. The biggest age gap between me and a guy was
Yeah, we
actually
did this
18
already.
years in age." And
past, a certain member of the community said that he was a hebephile, and they recently denied this. But hey, that certain individual pursued Bayfish in the past, certainly before 3 months ago, but that's kind of an after the thought at this point, but we'll get back to that. So the Anon who provided me with this audio does state later on in the recording that he makes Bayfish aware of this recording. It's concerning that B goes through this recording stating that several people did nothing wrong. We'll get to that in a minute. Maybe I misheard Bayfish saying that she thought Toon Critic did nothing wrong. In fact, I'm going to just let that go. I'm sure that was a mistake. The audio is a bit janky, but as concerning as that is, we can put that on the shelf for now for another time.
I actually managed to find the account of Bayfish. Here we have Bayfish GSFC. They say they're 24. She and her taken from this video from Fanon Frenzy. I think this is a re-upload from a channel called For No Good Reason. They claim that
You know who I am, Tom. I'm the one who kicked the shit out of your fucking hero's fucking teeth for dating a pedophile.
he turned 18 around the time that basically this video came
That's Monkey Jones for everybody who doesn't know.
out in 2018.
That reminds me of
And that
when
would seem to line up
we
with
were
them being
talking about
24
something,
here.
And I think I was saying like lowly, trying to pretend like I didn't know what that meant. Because it was a really
correct. Now here they actually responded to the Flufflepuff post. They said, "I just got home from a 2-week trip and haven't fully processed what happened. I just want to add that OP has both me and the other girl blocked, while also saying they don't have contact with me. I've been blocked since 2019. They've never even spoken to me about my side of the story. They're spreading my story without ever speaking to me. I feel like that should say enough about their credibility and the support of the victims. Eventually, I'll make an actual statement, but I'm not and never was a victim of my own partner. While I'm not here to talk about the other girl's story, those screenshots were posted without any sort of consent from them, and they were specifically told they'd have anonymity. No matter how much OP tries to argue otherwise, stripping away the anonymity puts them under more danger than anything else. They're also now putting words in my mouth that I don't recall ever saying to make me look bad. I do not recall ever calling them a groomer. That would be stupid. We've barely spoken. It's kind of an insane thing. They're trying to make the victim look bad to begin with." Now, Scribble here says, "Yeah, I saw the call-out post. Found it a bit sketchy. They didn't take the time to get you involved in any way. It honestly made me doubt how trustworthy everything was when it was so biased against Fluffle." And the thing is, that is a major concern with this person, that they didn't even talk to the victims, because let's say that these people are actual victims.
I did talk to fucking goddamn Bayfish, you lying sack of shit. Fuck off. And thank you, Obab. I had one of your other fucking fellow higher up fucking VAs in that call with Bayfish, which unfortunately I didn't record. I'm not going to say who it was, but they're bigger than you.
I mean, you know, you always could say who it was.
You'd be lucky to hear it off stream. That's one bridge I haven't burned.
Fair enough.
And the fact that they were willing to come into that call late night meant that they fucking cared.
Yeah.
They had the wrong take, but, you know, still, they tried, damn it, and that's what matters. You know, I respect people who have their hearts in the right fucking place, and you leave that the fuck alone.
If they don't want to talk about it, if the victims don't want to talk about it, if they don't want, you know, their information out there,
Oh, yeah, no, just pile on anyways, right, Tom? That's kind of what you're doing.
they have every right, I think, to...
Yeah, no, what, Tom, if you had a problem with it, why don't you ask me to come on down? I'll be there with bells on. You seem to be pretty good at beating up fat Mexicans with tipster. Why don't you try me for a size there, big boy?
If that's what they want. Ultimately, the victim could be re-victimized and re-traumatized by the story going public, if it's true. And if it's false, then this person made a false allegation without talking to any of the people involved and going off of a bunch of screenshots that could be out of context, I guess. Here, Suika says, "Honey, you were underage when y'all started dating. He groomed you." This person says, "Honey, good lord, that's some condescension."
I absolutely, before I put out the fucking video, talked to Bayfish. That's horseshit. It almost didn't come out because the first person I went to said, okay, we sat there and thought about it. Would you like to know who my second opinion's name is? That creepy reading said, I will stop talking to you. You put that fucking video out. And I was like, my hero. I would have kept asking. I would have kept getting I would have got... I believe fucking Rich called that a shut up bitch when you keep asking a second opinion until you get the one you want. Yeah, I was going to do that. I wasn't going to do it on my own, but I would have kept asking until someone said, no, put it out.
Tension right there. They said, condescending or not, am I wrong? As a grooming victim myself, it's sad to see someone defend this kind of stuff. I looked up to both Fluffle and Beffish once. I'm shocked to see all this come out, but to see Beffish defend Fluffle and disregard the other victim is sad. Rune Dune says, I have to agree, as someone who was groomed by someone older, seeing those screenshots legit made my skin crawl because of the similarities. However, I do find it odd they blocked one of the victims for other unlisted reasons and didn't get this person involved. Now here we have Baby Blue Eyes, the person who made that thread, responding actually to what Beffish said, and they say, Beffish has made a small statement. I'll briefly respond to it all in a quick thread since there are some pretty major false statements I need to debunk. First of all, Beffish is lying about the blocking. She had me blocked first ever since 2019, and Starzy only blocked me a week after I made my tweets against Mike. I blocked back Beffish recently. I blocked back people who blocked me to avoid stalking. Proof she blocked me. When I said I do not have contact with Beffish, it means I literally cannot message her. I never have been since 2019 because, again, she blocked me first. I have my own reasons to block her back out, like Starzy. It would lead to people victim blaming and attacking both girls. But I'm not a victim. But I'm not and never was a victim of my own partner. Yes, you are. Mike tried to have sex with you when you were 15. Just because you don't see it does not mean you were not groomed. This is not up for debate. I've been contacted by your extended family confirming such. Now, they don't have any proof of that, but that'll be interesting to see. In terms of anonymity, I agree now that Starzy could have been kept anonymous. My reasoning was that...
I remember Hateful Tape being like, oh, it's really weird, Anthony. That's all it is. It's really weird. I'm not saying this just to discredit you. And I was like, yeah, sure. No, you totally did. You totally fucking... This is me I'm clapping back. I've never fucking thought that Mike was right. It's weird and it's not kosher.
That's what we're
seeing the thread would lead to her getting help since Mike is in contact with her again. If I were to redo it, I would cross her name out. Last point below, they're also now putting words in my mouth, and I don't ever recall saying to make me look bad. I admit I made a few tweets in haste since a friend of Beffish is trying to claim I groomed her, which is stupid. I'm younger than her, gay, and I've hardly ever spoken to her. Here we have, well, Gurley had parents' permission, and she pushed really hard on him. Also, he's super autistic and still with Beffish, who's said her part on all of this. Okay. Even if a girl who's 16 has parental permission to sleep with a 30-year-old, that doesn't mean that it's right. If that happened, that doesn't mean that it's right, okay? And here they say, yeah, Devil is the OP and the one who was trying to groom Beth.
Now, granted, if they were in the same state, you might have been able to legally got away with that, but again, because Mike crossed state lines, not so much.
Beffish. So they're saying this person tried to groom
that is
Beffish,
an open and shut,
which is a whole other rabbit hole to get into, I guess. Here we have this random DM. I don't know if it's true. I don't even know who this is from, but they're saying, I sadly had to see all this firsthand. Beffish was my friend and lied about her age at first, so people didn't know she was being groomed. I think Mike encouraged her to do that. I barely talk to Beffish anymore because of how painful it is. She was like my best friend back in 2017. Oh damn, really? That's pretty bad. I wouldn't be surprised if Mike encouraged that in an attempt to help cover up what he was doing. And then they say, it shocked me when I found out. She revealed she lied on her 18th birthday to me. I was 20 at the time and met her when I was 19. I didn't know what to think, especially because she told me he and her were dating and shit. I was in real shock, especially because the Toon Critic shit just happened before all that and I was a victim of this. Poor Beffish, he's abused her constantly since they met. She was a child, so she told people about their sex life as children do. We know he abuses her because she talks about it. I don't know what that specific abuse was, but obviously it's, you know, it's very wrong to date a 15-year-old or a 16-year-old or pursue them. I think it's also wrong to say that you had feelings for a 15-year-old. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Here we have a message from Mixer622, which people are claiming is Mike, saying, I personally go by maturity. A 16-year-old could easily be more mature than a 22-year-old, so...
No, hold it. That's true, but it's still not legal. and you know what, Mike? Fuck your opinion. Like, I have absolutely met some fucking goddamn kids who had the maturity, but my main thought about that was, wow, it suddenly didn't be like I should get their number. It was like, it's nice to see that fucking goddamn, okay, they'll be able to be the adult in the room, but not like that. Good God.
Not right now.
How did anyone really?
Part of being an adult is not constantly thinking about sex. Am I wrong? Am I drinking fucking crazy pills? Sorry to take that quote, but...
Really? But that's mostly for internet dating. In real life, the police may say otherwise. Jesus. Okay, well, if that's real, I think that's kind of dead to rights right there. a 16-year-old could easily be more mature than a 22-year-old. I mean, I guess, but that doesn't mean you should date them. They're still 16. This person made this other tweet saying, just had another victim of Mike's come forward saying he tried to groom them when they were 12. No proof for this one. The worst stuff that they have on Mike, on Fluffle, Puffle, Luffle, is that those DMs talking about being 16 when they were dating, and then DMs from the supposed victim.
Now, to be fair, do I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that Mike had sex with Bayfish IRL? Now, do I know that they were involved? I've heard that from Bayfish. If the story is true that she was confused, that a 16-year-old doesn't know what dating and not dating is, even if they were autistic. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that's possible?
No.
Okay. Like,
unless they're like genuinely like, no.
Let's try this. Let's say for a second here that that Mixer Mike is innocent as the day is long, pure as the driven snow, constant as the northern wind. He had no idea. His heart was so good. That's all sarcasm, by the way. In case that gets clipped, yes. You found out that this underage girl was lusting after you, and now she turns 18. There's some impropriety there, friend. It's gonna look real fucking terrible if you go for it now, and you're just gonna have to say no if you have any common sense whatsoever. Holy shit.
Jesus.
If that's real, then, Flufflepuff is undoubtedly a terrible person. If they're not real, and there's some other context behind it, I would like to see that. Now, I'm kind of thrown off by the fact that this person in particular never denied anything specific about it. Basically, they didn't deny anything. They're just like, I'm not a victim of my own partner. But if you started dating when the partner was 30 and you were 16, you are a victim.
So I want to go one step further with you, Tom. Are you prepared to take this step with me? If that all happened and their parents knew, then those parents need to get the shit beat out of them.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, think about that.
Undoubtedly are. And maybe you don't recognize it. You've been with them for so long, maybe the relationship now is good or whatever. But if you were 16 years old and he was pursuing you, there's no doubt about it. Or 15 years old.
Equal rights, equal lefts. When I say both of those parents deserve to have the shit beat out of them, I didn't stutter, I didn't stammer, I didn't misspeak.
The younger you get, the worse it gets, in my opinion. But it's still equally as bad. But it's still definitely terrible, terrible, terrible if you were 16. And that's pretty bad, bro. That's pretty fucking bad. This person, Nina, said, I'm deeply sympathetic for you. I pray you realize you've been groomed and get the help you need. I wish you the best. Please listen to the people trying to help you. And ultimately, that's all the responses we have for now. That's all the details. Betfish says they're going to respond to it in some way. I'm curious to see what they say. I'm curious if Flufflepuff will respond in any way. But everything I've seen so far certainly doesn't look good. And I'm curious what the new response is going to be, if there's any way to dispel this. Yeah.
Which I'm pretty sure nothing happened.
I was about to say, I don't. Was there anything happening on that?
But yeah, Tom. I adamantly don't apologize for my behavior. Or else you wouldn't have any of this. All my personal problems with Brony Inspector aside, if I had it all over to do again, from blood balls to bones through every last piece of headache, Drew, if you're listening, I'd put up with you again to get fucking Mike, and not for the fucking fame.
Fair enough.
Yeah. There was this one dipshit named MLP Darkness who fucking goddamn tried saying some shit along the lines of, I feel bad for going after the people that I did. You know what? If I had it all over to do again, I'd have stepped on more. And I would have stepped down harder. I would have been less sympathetic.
Yeah, I mean,
God.
There's some real monsters out there. Can't feel bad about.
I'll level with you. From what I saw, Mike certainly, if we're talking about terrible shit that happened, from what I know, I can't say that Mike was the worst because of only what I know. If he only orbited, I'm not sure he would have broke top 10. I'm not saying I'm back. I'm not letting him get away with any goddamn thing. there's always fucking when I found out that fucking Dusky Novel fucking had a kid that may or may not have lived with him. that horrified the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Ooh.
Yeah. I found out.
Well,
Yeah, no, we could go.
I mean,
Go ahead.
that's one of those things where it's like, Charles Manson might not have killed as many people as Hitler, but that doesn't mean Charles Manson's a good guy.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Like fucking holy shit. Like, I got into this discussion about with Patchwork Heart where she's like pedophilia is pedophilia, and I was like, well, we could look at our good ex-friend fucking Blake, who's slept with what was it, 2 different 9-year-olds. there's an express lane to the wood chipper. At least there should be.
Yeah.
If I only have a gun with 2 bullets. And fucking, there's 2 guys who fucking diddled 5-year-olds and the rest are 16. I know who's gonna get it first. Yeah.
But you got your bare hands to deal with them.
Oh yeah, no doubt. But do I want their blood on me?
Yeah. At that point, it's like,
it'd be one of those things if you caught an STD to be like, that's, I got it off of a pedophile's blood. That's gonna be a weird discussion.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Oh. Yeah. Is anybody even still in the stream? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh, 6 people. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Let's take
Wow.
What?
Terrible.
All this?
That's just, all of it is just wow.
All right, so I guess we're not going to talk about any fun topics today. Sorry.
No fun.
No fun at all, kids.
Death and scorn.
But the cool thing is we got all the essentials out of the way.
Right. Yeah.
I'd say you did more good than harm, Tom. Joke about broken clock. Godspeed and everybody take care.